Hi everyone, welcome to our weekly reading. So my name is Emily, for those of you who are new here, and for my regular viewers, welcome back. So those of you who follow me on Instagram will know that I gave birth to my little boy Oscar last week, well the week before last on Thursday, the 9th of October. So I'm just getting back into the swing of things. I didn't get much done in my last few weeks of pregnancy because I was just so exhausted. But I am excited to be back. I'm excited to record this for you guys. So we're just going to see what messages we need to hear for the week ahead. So we're going to start with an oracle card. So what is our message for this week? Let me know in the comments, what's your intention for this week? What's your mantra for the week? What do you feel inspired to do? And also let me know if this reading resonates. So let's find out. Okay, first of all, guys, there's going to be big opportunities for communication. I feel like there is something that you or someone connected to you needs to get off their chest. It's like it feels like this energy is bubbling and someone needs to express themselves. Someone really needs to speak up and just kind of like say their truth or say what's on their mind. So this is most likely to be you. Just feels like there's something here you need to say. So let's see. Let's give this one more shuffle. Let's get an oracle card for this week. Treasure Island, number 9. So first of all, I want to say that you guys are quite close to like completing some kind of goal or project. I feel like things have been moving a little bit slowly. You've had to go with the flow, but ultimately you're getting very, very close now. So if you felt a little bit frustrated or just kind of wondering, okay, when is this going to happen? When is this going to complete? When are things going to be finalized? Or, just kind of just wondering, when is there going to be this reward? When am I going to see a result? It is happening sooner than you think. So this Treasure Island card is all about the law of attraction. This is about bringing dreams to fruition. The results of positive thinking made manifest. Abundance appearing as if from nowhere. Financial gains, sharing of good fortune. So the oracle message for this week, guys. You've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You have uncovered the map to buried treasure and tapped the unlimited power and limited potential within you. What you must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase, where all the long, hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally. In all aspects of your life at this time, you have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others, as treasure shared multiplies like magic. So X marks the spot, guys. We need to know when we are on that X. We need to know when we have, or we are uncovering a treasure. Sometimes it happens unexpectedly. So you may definitely find yourself in a position where, you know, just kind of like unexpected gains and nice little surprises are starting to manifest this week. So let's see what the tarot cards reveal. So let's get a card for how we are starting this week. Flying on the floor. Okay, how are we starting this week? King of Cups. You're starting this week really leading with your emotions. And it feels like you have kind of mastered some kind of emotion. You're in a grounded place, even though there is clearly a lot being felt. So you're starting this week really feeling the depth of something, but you're not letting this emotion kind of bubble over. I feel like you are grounded, well-rounded. You seem like you are in quite a responsible position starting this week. That King of Cups has a goal, has a vision. So it's very likely that you've been reflecting on what you want to do this week, how you want to approach it. And you're trying to stay balanced. You're trying to start this week from a balanced perspective and just kind of like maybe like even taking your time, going with a flow this week. You are moving into this week with intention. That's really important. I feel like as you focus your intentions and as you let your intuition be your guide this week, you're going to be in a really strong position. You're going to find that this week you want to take action. You know where you want to invest your energy. You're not sitting back and waiting for things to happen this week. You might feel like, okay, I found X marks the spot. Well, I'm going to dig for the gold. I'm going to find the treasure. So it feels like when you stumble upon opportunity this week, you're not sitting back. You're not waiting for someone to dig this treasure up for you and hand it to you. No, you're like, I'm going to get my hands dirty this week. I'm going to get stuck in. I am going to be very, very intentional. That's important. That's a key message this week. So let's see any external influences this week. Any external influences? Let's see. Knight of Cups. Wow. Lots of cups energy, lots of water energy, especially with that Treasure Island card as well. Externally this week, Knight of Cups, it is very likely that there's someone coming in here who is also kind of like sharing the same feelings as you. I mean, there's real potential for you and someone connected to you to really open up emotionally this week. Doesn't have to be romantic, but it may be for some of you. Externally, there is someone here with that Knight of Cups who's feeling quite dreamy, who's feeling quite inspired, and they're going to be playing an important role this week. Whether this person is just bringing a spark of creativity and inspiration, or whether this is someone who's romantic, who's coming into your life this week, who, wants to kind of talk about their feelings and is expressing their emotions quite clearly. This Knight of Cups just tells me that there is a really strong influence this week with someone who wants to move forwards. That Knight energy. This is someone who is planning something here. They are, like I said, inspired to take action. They want to get things gaining momentum here. Um, I really feel that you are in a very attractive energy this week. You're going to find that the more secure you feel within yourself, the more balanced you are emotionally, the more that you attract, both through people, energy, and opportunities. So yeah, there's lots of progress to be made this week. I feel like you need to be very clear focused. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I do feel that there's people here who are going to be a bit of a distraction this week. Not a bad thing, but just make sure you're still focusing on what you want to get done. You might find that someone here wants you to go on a little side quest. Someone here wants you to spend some time with them or to help them with their ideas and inspirations. And you just need to make sure that you give your time and energy, but also don't get caught up so much that you're like not doing what you need to do. So let's see how are things going to progress as this week goes on. We have the Five of Cups. So as this week goes on, you are going to find yourself really navigating your emotions. So much cups energy, so much is being felt this week. I really feel we are working through the layers which we've been experiencing. You're starting this week in a strong and balanced position, but throughout the week you are going to find like little hints of past disappointment just kind of weighs on you a little bit. You might find yourself grieving a little bit this week at times. You might find yourself feeling a little bit disappointed. You are wanting this treasure. You want to find the treasure. And sometimes, that journey to finding the treasure, it's not straightforward. It's not meant to be, okay? Um, it just seems like there's just going to be times throughout the week where you just feel like, just a little bit deflated, but it's totally fine. The Five of Cups just tells me that emotionally things are up and down as this week goes on, but ultimately, you are noticing the opportunities. It's almost as if the opportunities that you're noticing are just kind of reminding you a little bit of maybe what didn't come to fruition. And sometimes it's a bit bittersweet, right? Sometimes it's like, okay, there's good things happening, but I'm also kind of grieving things which didn't come to fruition and, paths which I didn't get the chance to explore or doors which just didn't open for me. And that's totally fine. It's all things live in balance, right? There's the existence of duality and it just seems like when things are really good, you're also just kind of noticing the other end of the spectrum a little bit from what you've experienced. But like I said, that's totally fine. Absolutely nothing to worry about. Ultimately, we do have this pursuit of the treasure this week, and it seems like you are going to uncover something really, really good. Yeah, Four of Cups. I can't believe all the cups energy coming through. You are going to find yourself being offered this opportunity, uncovering this treasure, something really good happening. But those three cups there on the ground just weren't quite what you hoped. And that's okay. You know, you are, like I said, you're experiencing some kind of new beginning here, but it's just reminding you of what was maybe promised and didn't get fulfilled, or just things which just didn't quite happen as you had hoped. But that's okay. You're not getting caught up in the fantasy or illusion of it. It seems like you are much more grounded and balanced as you navigate this, but we're going to look into this more in the extended, guys. It feels like, you know, you're so close to something really, really good. And this week you just need to, like I said, stay intentional. Maybe I just feel have a mantra for this week, which is going to help bring you back to that King of Cups, grounded, stable, emotionally mature, and balanced energy. Because if you can embody that King of Cups, I think you're going to find this week much more easy to navigate. And then when those opportunities come about, you're going to be in that King energy where you're like, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm not waiting. I'm not hesitating here. I'm not going to question this. I know this is what I want. I'm going to do it. So let's go into the extended now, guys. We're going to have a closer look at love and relationships this week, career, finances, and just more general energy for this week. So if you are resonating with this reading, head over to my Patreon site, sacredspace.co.uk, click on the spirit section there, and you'll find the rest of this weekly reading. I also have daily messages going up every single day there on Sacred Space. We've got the weekend reading. We've also got all the seasonal content. I'm recording by season now. So every month throughout autumn, I'm launching more autumn content, pick a card, Kundalini yoga, guided meditations, gong baths. There's so much on there. We have a guidebook / magazine, which is coming out every month as well with loads of exciting content. So check it out. Sign up for 1 month. You get 50% off your first month using the code Welcome Home. You can cancel at any time. That's absolutely fine. But you can check out all the content there, and yeah, including this extended reading. So I'll see you guys over there for the rest of this week's messages, and I'll see you back here next week on YouTube for our next weekly reading.